Shalom. First off, I want to start off by saying all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai. Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS. Um, and salutations to all the brothers out there preaching this truth and sincerity and wholeness. And today's lesson is going to be how Esau was meant for destruction from the beginning. He was meant to go from the beginning. He played his part, he did it well, but his beginning was just meant for an end. That's all it is. So just to prove this point, I'm going to jump into Genesis 27:38. And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing? My father, bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. So, he been bitching since the beginning. It ain't changed. But let's jump to 39. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and of the dew of heaven from above. And that's what it is. Like, he gets everything in this earth right now. Our reward is up spiritually, because he can't break down these scriptures like Jake can. He was never given that ability. No other nation was. And that surfaces to us. Now I'm going to jump to 40. And by the sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass when thou shalt have dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off of thy neck. So that's what it is. At a certain time when it says, when thou shalt have dominion, thou shalt break his yoke from off of thy neck. That's talking about when we had him in chains. At a certain point, he was serving us for a minute, but when we went off, Lord switched the script on that, so we had to pay. And that's when he broke the yoke off of his neck. That's when he got his kingdom. And this is the drawing point for 40 for this whole lesson. Is at the beginning of it says, and by the sword thou shalt live. So by the sword, that's what he does today when he goes against brothers in the street. Any type of uprising of the people, anything he wants, he gets with the sword. That's a fact. You can look at any war, any so-called war that you look up. Esau's always in it for some type of fiscal reason. He gets all his riches by blood, and he shed our blood a lot for it. He stole this land. He stole America. But I'm gonna get into the cut that shows where that was his downfall from the beginning. So I'm gonna jump right into Matthew 26. I'm gonna start at 52, and this is Yahweh speaking. Like, this is him giving his judgment. Like, at the end of the day, he lets you know what it is. So this is Matthew 26:52. Then said Yahushua unto him, Put up again thy sword into his place. For all that take the sword shall perish with the sword. So that's a straight cut. All that take the sword shall perish with the sword. And his blessing is the sword. And I'll be damn sure if I'm not going to take my blessing, which is these scriptures. So Esau, how he is, he takes ample opportunity to get anything he wants. And that was his blessing, was the sword. And he ain't going to put it down. He's already picked it up. He's made work of it. So with that being said, I'm gonna jump into Psalms just to keep building up the precept upon precept to prove this point. I'm gonna jump into Psalm 17 and 17 and 13 just to drive it home and to show that because we know Esau how he is, and this is just gonna drive it home. Arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down. Deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. So that's straight up. He is the sword. Esau is the sword of the Lord. That's a fact. He gave him the sword. That was his whole blessing. So with that being said, when you get all that lining up, you can see that Esau's blessing was the sword. He is the sword. He was the sword of the Lord. And I'm gonna just keep driving home a little bit more. This is gonna be a straight to the point lesson, not too much flair on it. But this is Numbers 35, and this is why. This is why Esau got to go the way he has to go, cause he just done too much. He fucked up too much. You know, he played his part well. He was the best uncle. He was best cracker that anybody can ever dream of. The so-called white man. He was the best murderer that anybody can dream of. The so-called white man. He was the best thief that anybody can dream of. The so-called white man. So this is Numbers 35 and 33. So you shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. And that's Esau. He shed blood. He raped, robbed, and stole. He raped, robbed, and stole everything he has. Everything. This land, we built it. This land, we had it before he had it. Israel, we built it. He took it. He sieged us, had us eating our babies. Though we went off and we deserved it. That's the fact. We went off. Well, God said, he said, and if you will not hearken unto me for the abundance of all things, all these curses shall come upon you. We had everything. We still went off. But the way Esau did it, as he did it so proficiently that, you know what? He gotta go. That's the fucking fact. And just to seal the deal on this judgment, I'm gonna end with Revelations 9 or Revelations 13 and 9. And this is the true judgment of it all at the end of the day. Because at the end of the day, he tells you in Revelations what has to happen. And we know who has the sword. And we know whose it belongs to. And we know the purpose that is served for him to have it. So this is Revelations 13 and 9. If any man have a ear, let him hear. He that leadeth it into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here's the patience and the faith of the saints. And that's straight to the point. Esau's blessing was the sword from the beginning. So he was meant and destined for destruction at the end game. That's what it is. He was made and made for the fucking flame. And that's what he deserves at the end of the day. The way he did his shit. Crafty, wicked. And you know what? He's played his role. And you got to commend him for that, because he did his thing. So he's just got to go. And with that being said, I want to say Shalom, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai Barakatah, to all the brothers in the Akim out there doing this thing in truth and sincerity. Keep it up, man. We almost out. See y'all later.